What is good with y'all, man? So today I'm finally going to be giving you guys my offense for Madden 23. I've been running this pretty much the entire year. Really been running this offense for a couple years. It goes back to Madden 21, my two tight end offense, ace offset. The playbook we are going to be in, it's one of the alternative playbooks. It's called Offense Pass Balanced. I call it pass balanced offense just because it just sounds better like that. But that is the offensive playbook. So go ahead and buy that off the auction house. Or I think there's a set where you can do it. I would just get it off the auction house because the set is weird. It gives you like random fucking like playbooks. It's terrible. Just get off the auction house. Before we hit the practice field and I show you guys adjustments, plays, and what I do to make this work, we got to talk about the abilities, personnel, things like that. Now, player wise, you can run whoever you want. All right, now there's going to be some certain abilities that we are going to need for this. Really, the only thing I'm going to say is you're going to need short and elite on your two receivers and your two tight ends. You're not going to need a wide receiver 3. You're looking at Quez Watkins. He does not play. He's just there for depth because really the offense is you got two receivers and then you got two tight ends. That's how it works. So just get short in the lead on everybody. That's why I got short in on Wallace, short in on AJ, short in on Ertz, and short in on Mike Ditka. I'll definitely recommend just getting some guys that can get discounts for them because it's going to save you a lot of AP. And the only other thing I would probably say is make sure your quarterback gets some type of velocity ability. Set feet lead or pass lead elite. You're going to need that. I don't want to see anyone running this with no velocity ability. You can run this with no velocity ability, but there's certain throws that you're not going to be able to make. So you're definitely going to want that. Besides that, you can do whatever you want with the extra AP. See, I got edge protectors on my tackles. I got a threat detector on my left guard. Random Daniel gets for 1 AP. I got a 0 AP nasty streak. And that is kind of, I guess the other extra AP is Gunslinger. I got Gunslinger mixed in with Pass Lead Elite. It is just really good this year. So that is kind of how I'm rocking the abilities. Like I said, the only things you're going to need, short and elites, because short and elite is route tech. For anyone that doesn't still know yet, short and elite is route technician. Okay? So get those on all your guys catching passes and get some type of velocity ability on the quarterback. Get the playbook that we said, and now we are ready to go to the practice field. All right, so we are in MUT practice. Glad they finally added this to MUT. It is a great addition. We're going to be going over this offense. So basically this offense, if you watch my gameplays, if you watch me over on Twitch, you know I do a lot of audibling around at the line. That's what I do. I like to go to the line of scrimmage and I like to just mess with the defense. So what I always do is I come out in the same thing every time. Ace offset, and I always come out the read option play, but then there's a lot of things that I audible to. You see I audible to the ace slot, the wing slot, offset, the wing slot, weak side, and the wing flex. All these things I audible to. They're all two tight end formations. Originally, you guys know last year I ran this in the Denver playbook. I dropped a video on that last year. This year, there's no NFL playbook that really has all these tight end formations. They kind of took it out and made the playbooks a little bit, they made them aster, I'll be honest with you, but the pass balanced offense playbook has all this. It's really called the spread playbook. So we're just going to go basically start off. We're going to go by each formation I run, the plays I run in them, how to beat coverages in them, how to run the ball out of these, and just, make the best out of, these plays. So the first formation we're going to be in ace offset. So first things first, we're going to set our audibles up for this formation because like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of audibling around, but we're going to do this formation by formation, take it by slow. So for the audibles, the first play you want to get in here is PA read. This play right here, very good play. For the next play, you want to get the buck sweep. There's another play. It's called the counter. We're going to put that in there too. But buck sweep. Next play is Z spot. This is the money play. This is the play we're going to be running a lot. And for the last play, like I said, you want to add the power O. It kind of looks like the buck sweep, but it's not the same. You'll see here. Once you got all those plays in the audibles, you want to always make sure you come out in the read option play because the read option play is very good. It's just we got no room for it in the audibles, and it gives us an extra play to work with at the line of scrimmage. The defense, I'm going to have the AI just come out in. I don't have my other remote plugged in with the batteries right now just because I don't really need to set these defenses up. I'm just going to kind of show you how to run these and make the best out of these plays. I'm just going to have them come out Overstorm Brave. The two things you're going to see the most online head-to-head, Overstorm Brave or Spinner. So you know what I mean. Those are really the only two plays you're going to see. All right, we are finally on the field. That's right. We finally made it onto the field. So we got the read option play that we come out in, right? This play, you can run it so many different ways. So basically, there's the stock way, right? You just come out, snap it, you read the DN, boom. You know, I'm not going to go into crazy depth with these run plays. I'm going to keep this pretty fast and simple. A lot of times what I'll do is, a lot of times with these run plays, really what you're trying to do is, you're trying to read the D-line. Where is the, you know, what side is the D-line mostly leaning to? A lot of times guys are going to pinch their D-line. You know, really what you want to do is, the key thing is, you see where that slot corner's on that right side of the field? You want to run the read option to the opposite side. So basically, we would come out and it'd be like this, right? This is the stock play. The running back's lined up where the slot corner's at. He's on the right side. You want to flip the play. A lot of times you want to run it because there's going to be less bodies on the field on that left side. And that's the whole goal, is you want to get guys where there's less bodies. That's the whole point of it. So when you're running this read option play, the key thing to do is run it away from the slot corner, and always try to double team. I like to double team the guy, not the guy that you're reading, that's the guy all the way to the left, but the guy right before him. It just kind of gives you a little bit better of a block, even though we could just tuck it right here. One more thing with the read option though is, there's always going to be a little hole right here. That's kind of why you double team that D tackle. You right in between the R and where it says D2, right? There's a hole right there. I'm hoping this guy could just sit there, boom, right here basically. There's always going to be somewhat of a little gap right there that you could try to hit. So always look for that cutback lane when you run a read option. Before we get into the pass plays in this formation, we're going to just talk about the run plays real quick. So the next run play is buck sweep. So bug sweep is very nice against Overstorm Brave. It is very good against it. Now, once again, it's kind of like the read option. You want to run this play away from that slot corner. A lot of times you will be flipping this to the left. Now, it's hit or miss. Sometimes, like, a lot of times you see those big touchdown runs in my gameplays. This is the play over here, buck sweep. And guys running Overstorm Brave, you just want to kind of cut this thing to the outside, let your lead blockers go, and boom, hit it up the sideline. A lot of times what it really comes down to is if your wide receiver throws a really good block on the if you run this to the left, right? So Mike Wallace for me, if he throws a really good block on the corner, that'll really determine if this is going to be a touchdown or not. That's really what it comes down to. So maybe if you have, like, if you want to mix in some runoff elites with this would honestly make these run plays a lot better, because, you know, man coverage is the meta, and what runoff elites do, they basically, what they'll do is, it only works against man coverage. On a run play, they'll just act like they're running the streak, and they'll take the DB right out the play, but it's only a man coverage, so it's really not a bad ability. If you got the extra AP, you don't want to put edge protectors on and things like that, it's pretty nice. So, but the buck sweep, yeah, I would really only try to run this when the D-line is kind of pinched up, close, real tight, kind of like an outside run. That's when you want to run it, and run it away, and always run it to the weak side of the defense. The last run play in this formation, like I said, I want to get the run plays out the way. It's going to be the power O, which for me to be my RB. You just audible to that. Power O, it's kind of like a trap. There is a trap play where we do have in here. It's going to be in the next formation, A slot. It's just kind of like a trap. It's like a trap where they move a little bit more to whatever side they're running it. So we just fumbled that. That is crazy. It's kind of like, all right, so you know a trap is like straight up the middle. That's kind of how it works. So if we run this to the right, it's basically kind of like a little bit of an angled trap. That's kind of what I look at it as. You'll kind of angle it. Now, this is not something you want to run against Overstorm Brave, or things where the D-line is all kind of pinched up. This is something you want to kind of run. Let's say, for example, running this to the right. If he's got his D-line shifted to the left a little bit, then you would want to run this to the right. Let's say he's got his D-line shifted to the right a little bit, then you would want to run this to the left. Or if he's got his defense not really pinched in too tight, you could run it to whatever side you feel like is more vulnerable to the defense. You know what I mean? Where it looks more sweeter. That's kind of the best way I like to look at it, but that's kind of what the power O is. Like I said before, a lot of these run plays just comes down to, you got to read the defense and put the run play in the best possible position to make it succeed, and then as a running back, you really got to hit the hole and, you know, make it pop. That's kind of what it is. Finally, let's get to the pass plays. We haven't even talked about the pass plays yet. Like I said, it's going to be probably a very long video. First pass play, there's only 2 pass plays in ace offset, but with these 2 pass plays, you can do a lot of different things. The first one is the PA read play. Now, you guys know me, my play, I always run a Z spot, but PA read is still very good. My normal setup for it, I keep it pretty simple. What we're going to do is AJ Brown, we're going to take him off that combat route, because combat routes are not really that good this year. You want to put him on a streak. Zach Ertz, you want to put him on a drag, and your running back. If you have a hot route master or something, which I didn't really talk about it before, you could use that if you want to. Actually, if I had hot route master, this offense would be honestly unstoppable. but it's not that big of a deal. You don't really need it. You can just put them on a flat route. Honestly, it's up to you. If you want to put them on an out route, if you're able, if you got high route master, you can put them on a flat route, or you can put them on a little swing route to the right. Just have it, make sure it's always to the right. And it's a pretty simple concept like this. If you watched me last year, you've seen this. If you watched me Madden 21, you've seen this concept. It's pretty simple. It's just a high-low type thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Did y'all see that? I don't know why this has been happening. Like I don't know why ever since the Zero Chill update. But when I try to throw the ball, the whole game just like it just slows down. I don't know why. If somebody could tell me why it's happening. Play combination though, this works really good against man coverage and cover 4. This right here is definitely gonna man coverage and cover 4, it's gonna destroy it. You could run this against cover 3, you could run this against Tampa 2 and things like that, but man coverage and cover 4 is really where this play is going to succeed. Other combination you could do with this, so let's say they're running Tampa 2 I talked about, right? If you want to try to bomb Tampa 2, basically take AJ Brown or whoever's on your streak, because it depends what side you're running the field, this too, right? Sometimes you might flip it, grab AJ Brown, move him to the same side as the post route. Obviously, you know, they're in man coverage, but like we said, this is for Tampa 2. Basically, what's going to happen is the streak is going to take that deep half out to play, and then that post route is going to be wide open. So that's pretty much that. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Like I said, this is not yeah, I don't think I'm gonna throw the ball for the rest of this, because I don't know why the game slows down like this. I don't know why. Ever since the Zero Chill update, it's been like that. But that's that. One more route combination I like to do out of this PA replay. So once again, we're gonna streak AJ. Actually, there might be 2 more. I'm gonna give you 2 more. Streak AJ, the tight end that's not on the crosser. So that's Zach Ertz. Put him on an out route and put your running back on an in route. It's gonna look something like this. This is another thing I like to do against man coverage. Man coverage is the meta. The 2 things you're gonna see on this game: man coverage, and you're going to see cover 4, or if people running 1-4-6, they might run Tampa 2. Those are like the things you're going to see for the most part. This is good against man coverage, because what this does is you can just snap it, and you can really just kill him with that out route right there. But if you got a little bit of time, then maybe you could hit the post route. So I don't know why short end the lead doesn't work there, but or didn't light up there. But yeah, that's just like a quick, easy play. Just snap it, throw it to the tight end. A lot of these throws in this offense, that's kind of what they are. It's kind of snap the ball and throw it. It's get the ball out your hands very fast, which is kind of like the NFL. That's why I'd like to compare this kind of to real life NFL stuff that I've always ran. You snap the ball, you read the defense, you throw it. It's as simple as that. It's not, we're going to drop back, then we're going to look, and then we're going to wait for him to get open. Nah, it's let's snap this thing and let's get it out. That's pretty much it though for the PA read play. We're going to go to Z spot now, which this play, there's so many different ways to set this play up. This is the play that I've run. There was a Mud Champs where I only ran this play, like pass play at least. I think I got like 19-20 wins in it. Like literally, this is, if you guys watched me last year, it was wide sail. It's close to wide sail. The only difference is that corner route that the tight end's on doesn't get downfield as far as the one at wide sail. The one at wide sail last year, you could throw that as a 15-yard corner route, a 25-yard corner route. There was times I threw it was like a 45-yard corner route. It was just one of the greatest corner routes ever. This one doesn't get as far downfield though, but it's fine though, because we can make do with it. All right, but let's talk about the things we could do about in this play. Really, the simplest way to do it, every time you run this play, make sure you always take this guy off this little like drag route. Always put him on a streak. Like, just that's the first thing you should always do. You can just snap the ball like this. This right here is going to be man coverage. It's going to be cover 3. It's going to be cover 4. Just this stock play alone, just like this, will beat almost anything in the game. I mean, like, seriously, just this, like I'm telling you, you could just run it like this. So if you really wanted to get to the line, put them on a streak, snap it. It's good just like this. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways to set this up. So another way I like to set this up is what I will do is, because against man coverage, I'll be honest, what we're going to do is you want to motion Mike Wiles to the right. All right. Put him on a slant, and then you want to snap Wiles in motion. So boom, right there, you want to snap it. I didn't snap because I want to explain this. Basically, against man coverage, now you got this out route on the outside. Dolo, like if you kept him on that outside, a lot of times, you know, guys would kind of get bumped. It would get all crunched up. It's just a lot. You want to space that tight end out on that out route by himself, and basically, really, it's going to be free, right? It's going to be free, and a lot of times he's going to have a safety on him, or he's going to have a guy that can't really hold him, and he's going to break the tackle, and it's going to pop. We can see if we can do this real quick. without this game just breaking, and boom, he breaks the tackle. That's what I'm saying. That's what's going to happen a lot of time, and it's going to lead to a big play downfield. If you notice when you're running that, if he's starting to play that out route really good in man coverage, then this is what you do. Then you put the tight end on a streak, and this is when touchdowns can start to happen. So basically, you want to do the same thing. You want to motion Mike Wallace over to the right. You want to put him on a motion slap. Make sure you snap it in motion. Boom, you would have snapped it there. Now, this tight end with the streak, this route, you got to throw it fast. So a lot of times I'll snap it. If I see his user over, now this is only a man coverage, by the way. If I see his user over to the right, which he's probably going to be because he's got to play the running back. That's another good thing about this. The running back's over here. We're doing all the damage to this side. He's worried about all that stuff over there, right? We're just destroying him with this one guy on the left side of the field, all right? This streak, this is really against man coverage because the guy that's going to be manned up on him is most likely going to be the guy all the way at the top, the safety, right? That's usually how it always is. So what's going to happen is he's going to have to come down to the tight end. You can just snap that thing and throw it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it here in practice because I don't know this glitch. The whole game just like freezes. I was still able to do it, and it's going to be like that. And a lot of times, if you can make it miss, you're going for a touchdown, or if you can just break the tackle, you're going for a touchdown. So a lot of big plays out of just these quick hike the ball and throw it scenarios. The way I like to beat man coverage is you guys know the hitches. Hitches this year are really good. I feel like a lot of people just do not run the hitches. I'm talking 10-yard hitches. Like, so what we're going to do is we're going to put Mike Wallace on a hitch. I'm telling you right now, he's going to destroy Darius Slay. Now, make sure, there's two things you want to do before you throw this hitch. You want to, one, make sure he doesn't have acrobat on it, on his corner, which Darius Slay does. Of course he does. Make sure he doesn't have acrobat, or make sure he doesn't have medium route KO. Because medium route, well, you can still throw it on a medium route KO. The only problem is if you get touched, he's going to drop it. But sometimes if you can maneuver yourself, you won't get hit. But in acrobat, obviously, because you don't want to get picked. Besides that, though, these 10-yard hook curls are money against them. And really, you just kind of want to snap it, and you want to throw it in rhythm. It's going to be hard to throw it in rhythm because, as you can see, he's acrobat. Don't worry about him. I can't really, as you can see, I can't throw it in practice because literally I don't know why this whole game freezes when I try to throw the ball in offline game mode. It's not like this online. Somehow Madden's made me able to get mad and I'm not even actually playing in an actual game. This is just very annoying. If somebody, please tell me someone knows how to fix this. This has happened literally since the new Zero Chill update came out, and it's honestly ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Point is, the 10-yard hook curls are nice against man coverage. Just make sure you throw them on timing. It's a timing route. Go into practice them. Hopefully your game isn't glitched like mine is. So yeah, those are basically, I want to say that's really all you kind of need to know for the man coverage. And obviously, like we said, there's all the other routes too when you're doing this. The corner route's going to be great against the man coverage, especially if, let me tell you something, if they're pressing, if you got an Eagles team, you got these receivers, and these guys are pressing AJ Brown, Mike Wallace, Art Monk. These guys are frying guys on streak. If they're pressing them at the line, they beat that press. You can just freeform that baby downfield and go get yourself a touchdown. Probably thinking, oh, we're spending so much time on this one formation, but like I said, this is what most of the offense is out of. That's why I call it the ace offset, because that's where we do most of the damage from, is ace offset. But we're still in Z spot. We're not done with it yet. So another thing I like to do is, let's say you're seeing cover 4, you're seeing cover 3. Basically what we're going to do is we got this normal setup like this. What you want to do is you want to grab the outside receiver that's not on the corner outside, carry him over to the side with the corner route, put him on a little flat route. And what I like to do is I like to put the tight end on the opposite side, put him on a streak, and then put your running back on an in route. Or, like I said, if you got hot route master, you could put him on an angle route, or you could put him on one of those check and releases up the middle where it's like the little purple hook curl, things like that. Just something where it could go over the middle like that. And it's a little setup like this. This is nice, like I said, against cover 4, cover 3, and things like that. You can really run this even against Tampa too. It's just another nice setup to have. You know, a lot of times what will happen is, because you'll see, let's say that linebacker that's on Mike Ditka, let's say he flows out to the left, boom, we can hit Mike Ditka for the quick streak. Let's say he's playing Mike Ditka, it's cool. We'll look to see if we can throw the quick flat route to Wallace. If not, if we can't throw that, then that means we're probably going to have Zach Ertz open on the corner route. And if nothing else fails, your last read is the in route on the running back. You're looking how to beat Tampa 2 out of this. Really really, Tampa 2, I'll be honest, it's just put a million streaks out there, and that's literally what I'll do. So what I'll do is normal setup like this, right? Always got to have him on that streak. I'll motion my running back out to the side of the corner route, put him on a streak. I'll put the other tight end, put him on a streak. And then what I always do is I always like having, instead of having him on an in route, because that takes time to get downfield, I put him on a little drag route, so he'll come underneath. Because, you know, think about this, right? If it's Tampa 2, that guy that's that linebacker right on top of Mike Ditka, he's on a hook curl, right? So he's either going to have to play the streak on Mike Ditka, or he's going to have to come underneath and play the drag on Mike Wallace. One of those guys will get open. Or a lot of times what you can do is you can even put your other tight ends, really take him off the corner route, put him on a flat route, and you could just read that side of the field. You're either hitting that flat route or you're hitting one of those streaks on that side. Because Tampa 2 is really, you want to attack it with a lot of streaks downfield verticals. When guys are running 1-4-6 and things like that, I'm throwing a lot of quick streaks and seams and things like that. And this is honestly a setup that you'll probably see from me. One more setup that I like to do against cover 4 and cover 3 and things like that is, instead of motioning the receiver to the right, kind of like how we did for Tampa 2, you want to motion the running back to the right, and you want to simply put him on a flat route. The tight end, honestly, you could just snap it like this if you really want to. A lot of times though, what I'll like, you snap it like this, or you could put the opposite tight end on the corner route, put him on a streak, and then the receiver put him on a drag route. I've been doing that a lot lately just because I feel like with how the pressure is in this game and guys get to you fast, a lot of times you don't have time for that in route. So it's nice just to have him on that quick underneath drag and just a pretty, you know, a simple setup like this. Or if you really want to, you could put him on a slant, drag, or you can leave him on the in route. It's all good. So that is probably the last setup at a Z spot. There's probably a million others I have, but this is kind of the basis of it. This gives you a pretty like basic knowledge of what you should do out of it against coverage and things like that. So let's get on to the next formation. I doubt any of these other formations are going to take as long as this, because I mostly just throw the ball out of this one, and the rest of these are just kind of runs. Next formation is going to be a slide offset. Now, there's really only one pass play we're going to run out of this, so let's go ahead and set our audibles up once again. The first play is going to be this play right here. It's called post. You've probably seen a play like this at a trips tight end before. It's kind of similar. It's just you're running it with two tight ends. Next play is going to be, where is it at? It is right here. It's called outside zone. It's kind of like a little bit of a stretch. You'll see the next play you want to put in there is called RPO slot bubble. You guys know I love my RPOs, especially for the guys who like to start getting all run committee and things like that. And the last play you want to add in here is the 0-1 trap. I told you we had an 0-1 trap in here. You got to always have an 0-1 trap on deck. Doesn't really matter what play you come out in this formation, because like I said, once we're all said and done here, you're going to understand why I come out in ace offset, the read option play every time, because we're going to be able to audible to all these things. And as I'm breaking this down slowly, it doesn't seem that bad, because it's really not a lot. Because what this is going to do is you're going to be able to go to the line of scrimmage, read the defense, and be like, okay, we could go to this run play. You're going to have a bunch of different run plays, and that's why I like playing like this. Yes, I could see the play he ran after the play, but I like going to the line and seeing exactly what he's doing, and then, all right, now we're going to go to this and just attack the defense like that. That's how I like to go about it. It's going to come out of inside zone, though, just because, like I said, in-game, you know how it's going to be. I'm just going to have the AI honestly come out and cover for quarters, just because I can't even throw the ball in practice because this game is literally glitched. But we're going to go over the run plays before we get into the pass play, just because it's a little bit faster going over those. First run is outside zone. This, I mean, it's pretty simple. Like, a lot of times I like running this play when the D-line, everyone's kind of bunched up in the middle. That's kind of, I like running that. So I like overstorm brave and nickel normal when everyone's kind of pinched up in there like that. And a lot of times you can run it stock, and maybe if you guys don't know, if you hit LB, you can kind of you know, move the line to the left. And I know it says pass protection, but I'm telling you, even in a run play, it'll move the offensive line. Like, a lot of times, let's say I run in stock, right? It is what it is. And then the next play, I shift the line to the left when I run this play to the left. And you're noticing some of those guys that are, because let's say they're running overstorm braid, the linebackers are blitzing through the middle and they're coming in free. What you could do is you can slide the line to the right, even though you're running it to the left. And what will happen is they'll pick up those guys blitzing, and sometimes they'll give you a free running lane. So like I said, it just comes down to you got to read the defense on these plays. But I like running this when the defense is all pitched up. Even sometimes against like 3-4, just because we got body bodies out there and things like that. The next run play is RPO Alert Bubble. Now, really, I only kind of run this play when I'm thinking I can maybe get your defense to run commit. That's kind like sometimes I'll run it. It's just really a normal inside zone though. For the most part, this play is used if maybe I get in the red zone, or maybe I could think, okay, maybe I can get this guy to run commit here. That's just kind of what it is. But make sure you be careful when you throw this RPO alert bubble. What I like to do is I actually like to highball it to AJ Brown, just because I want to make, because you know sometimes guys run commit and they get the stupid picks on it. A lot of times on this one, there's another RPO I'm going to show you. You don't have to highball it, but on this one, I like to highball it just because a lot of times, so that corner all the way to the left, like I said, they're run commit. He's running down, and if you throw it right there, sometimes he'll get a stupid pick. Imagine he has acrobat, things like that. So I'll just kind of highball it. I'm just going to throw it right here. This game acts so stupid. Yeah, but you really only need to highball it if they are, you know, run committing. Normally, how you run the play is, I mean, you know, I'll probably double team whatever D tackle is closest to me, and then you just read the slot corner. If he plays the receiver, you hand it off. If he doesn't, you throw it to him. It's pretty simple. And the last play in this formation is the good old 0-1 trap. 0-1 trap, you know, it's one of those things, you know, let's say he's running 1-4-6, he's coming out in dime, things like that, or if he sees he's got his, you know, line kind of spread it out, that's kind of 1-4-6s. I'm gonna run it right now. It's not gonna work very good because actually it did work pretty good. I'm now surprised because I had two inside. Usually inside stuffs destroy this play, but I didn't even double team and they just actually did pretty good. Usually you want to double team. If a guy has two of them, I don't know. In game, those things are going to destroy that. But 0-1 trap, it's just a good play against, you know, softer defenses, and apparently, I guess it's good against Overstorm Brave. Well, in a real game, it wouldn't be because you don't want to run the 0-1 trap. Everybody's pinched up and, you know, at the line. It's kind of some you kind of want to catch the defense with. This is that's kind of how that works. Like I said, there's only one pass play I run out of this formation. It's just called posts. But it's a very good play. I mean, this play, just look at it. You got a post route, you got a corner route, the other tight end's on a corner route, the running back's on an angle route. This is a very good play. Like for some of you guys, this might be maybe you're not the Z spot guy. Maybe this is your go-to play. It's a very good play. I mean, this play, you can beat cover 4 with it. You could beat cover 3 with it. You could beat man coverage with it. It's a good play. As for running man coverage, I mean, look how many different ways you can beat it. You know, you got that post route on your outside receiver. I mean, let's say, for example, right, they shade to the outside, right, and they take away both your corner routes. Well, that means the post route is going to get wide open because, you know, that's just not how that works. So there's things like that. Let's say they shade to the inside. They try to take away the post route. Well, you got these corner routes and things like that. And there's obviously, this is just a stock play. We haven't even made any adjustments yet. There's obviously lots of adjustments you can do to make this play better. If you're running this play against man coverage, I'll be honest, there's really not a lot of adjustments that you got to make out of it. Only thing I'll probably say is what you could do is Zach Ertz. Sometimes, like if he's shading to the outside and I notice he's taking the corner right away, what I'll just do is I'll simply put him on a streak, because, you know, what did we talk about before? The quick seam streaks. If he's shading to the outside, you're gonna be able to snap that thing, boom, throw it to Zach Ertz. So that's a pretty easy read right there. Honestly, probably the only adjustment though that I would make in man coverage, like for this play, like honestly, that's probably the only thing I would do. This play is like really good. There's not really a lot of adjustments you need to make for it. Again, zone though, there are some things you could do. Let's say they're running the cover 3s or the cover 4s. What you could do is you could grab Shady, motion him out to the same side as his tight end, put him on a little streak, and now look what you got going on. Now, you know, this is going to help that corner out get open because you're going to take that outside third out to play. And then sometimes, you know, it's up to you. You can just snap it like this, or you can spice it up a little bit. Like I said, if they're running cover 3 or cover 4, I'm probably going to take Mike Wallace off this post route. I really only use that post route for Tampa 2 or man coverage. So I would honestly take Wallace off it, just put him on a streak to help open up that corner route, and then you could just snap it like this, or you can leave Mike Dick on a flat route, or you could put him on like a little drag route. Maybe you want to put him on a quick little a streak, a seam streak, and you could just really run it like this. This is another really good setup. Cover 3, cover 4 for things like that. But besides that, there's not really a lot of different setups you need for that play. That play is just, you know, that play just itself like that is just really good. Now on to the next formation. It is called wing slot offset. It is our third one. So once again, we're going to go ahead and set our audibles up. The first play you want to add in here is the power O. I think we had a play like that in the what's it called, the ace offset. Now for this one, you're only going to do 2 audibles. You're not going to do a lot of audibles. You want to keep this inside zone play. You want to keep that. And for the third play though, you want to add this play right here, double pivot. This is my red zone play. This is my go-to 2-point conversion play. We call this the guap play. This is won me many games. And then the last play, PA double post, you want to leave that in there. So you're only adding like 2 plays to this formation. We're gonna have the defense come out and cover 4 again, just because, like we said, we cannot pass this ball for some reason because the game sucks. I don't know what's wrong with it. But basically, the first play is, we're going to go over the run plays. The power O play is similar to the one in the ace offset, but the reason why you like audible into this is because what's the difference with ace offset? You know, it's receiver here, tight end here, tight end here. You know what I mean? What are we doing here now? What do you notice the difference? Now you got 2 tight ends on the end. So when you're running this power O, you're getting a little bit more guys on this side of the field. So when I do run the power, a lot of times I like to audible to this formation and run it just because we got more bodies over here, and it just makes it better. The other run is inside zone. That's right. We just got a plain old simple, just the inside zone. You know, you want to find your inside stuff. You want to double team, and you just want to find a hole and just, you know, wait for the blockers and hit it. You know what I mean? Those runs like that, though, you know, it really comes down to you as a running back. You got to find the hole. You got to wait for the blocks to develop, and you got to just hit it and know when to go. And obviously, your running back might have to break a tackle or two, but that's really what that comes down to. That really comes down to you. Like, you can't just, all right, I'm going to pick this run, hand it off. Like, no, that's not how that works. Like, there's a lot that goes into these. That inside zone, though, in particular, it just comes down to you got to make it happen. Pretty much it for the runs there, though. The next play we're going to talk about is the pass plays now. Double pivot. So double pivot, there's really no only adjustments I'll say I do is I like to pass block my running back because I don't like him on that weird route where he goes to the outside and then he does that, because a lot of times it'll give away what you're running. Really, I'll either just snap the stock play like this, or maybe I'll take the tight end off the in route and put him on a streak. But besides that, there's not a lot to it. When you're running this play, you're looking for these zigs. Like I said, I really only run this play if I must have to run it. Like the red zone, I usually run it 2-point conversions. I'll run it, or if it's like a 3rd or 4th down, it's a must-have. We got to get it here. Like, you know what I mean? Like short downage. Like you can run this probably like 4 yards. If you need like 4 yards or something like that, it is a very good play that I like to keep tucked for when I need it the most. Last play in this formation is the PA double post play. So this play, you can really set this play up a lot of different ways. I feel like I get very lazy with this play. The way I set it up for the most part is, what I'll do is I will always put the outside receiver on a streak. And the reason why is, I don't know why, but when I audible to this play and I put that outside guy on a streak, I don't know if it's just because he's very close to the sideline. I don't know what it is, but if he, like, it just seems like he has a better chance of burning the DB in this, and I don't know why. I'm just not sure why. Like, if he gets pressed, he's probably gonna burn you on a streak in this. I don't know why. It's really weird. My only thing I can think is maybe he's a lot closer to the sideline. I'm really just not sure. Even against cover 4, he'll fly by the guy. Like, that outside receiver on that streak, simply just that is deadly. Some ways I like to do this is, I usually, like I said, I always kind of put him on a streak. I'll take him off the post route because the slot guy is kind of on the post route. You could honestly snap it stock like this. I don't really like doing play actions, and it's weird, right? Because we run the ball a lot and we don't like doing play actions, so it doesn't make sense. I just feel like play actions, all they do is help you get sacked faster. So I'll either put my running back on a little flat route, a little in route, or not an in route, an out route, or maybe a wheel route, something like that. And I'll usually, if you want to run it stock, I'd rather just put the tight end on like a normal drag than the one they have them all, and you can just run it kind of stock like this. Another way I like to set it up is I'll put the tight end kind of on a streak, and mind you, when I put these guys on these streaks, like the tight ends, we're looking for like quick seam streaks to snap the ball and kind of throw it. Sometimes they'll get downfield and get like really open, and you could just run it kind of something like this, or what you could do is motion the running back to the other side, and then you can put them on a little in route like this. So you got the deep crosser, and then you got like a little in route underneath. these are kind of the only ways I really set this up. I'll be honest, there's not really, you know, a whole lot you got to do to it. Or what you can do is, let's say he's blitzing, sometimes what I'll do is I'll motion a running back to the left just to pass block him, whatever side you need to pass block him, and then maybe I'll put, instead of having AJ on that deep post route, I'll put him on like a drag or maybe a slant or just something like that. And those are kind of that's kind of it for that. There's not really a whole lot of different ways I like to set that up. All right, so we're getting to the end here. I don't think we have any more pass plays that we're even going to talk about in here. Yeah, I think it's just straight run plays from here on out. So in this wing slot weak side, I'm not gonna lie to you, like all these audibles in here, they don't matter. Just put, dude, there's only one play you need to put in the audibles because there's only one player running in here. It is going to be this play. It's gonna be the first play. RPO alert bubble. Put that thing in there because that's really the only play that we're running out of this. We have them come out and cover 4 again. This is the play right here. I like this play a lot. I like to run this play. 3rd and shorts. This is definitely a play I run in the red zone. This is the RPO I was talking about, where you don't really have to you don't have to highball this if they run commit. You could just throw it normally to Y. It's good. It's a stretch play. And this is one of those plays where, let's say they're running Overstorm Brave. Let's say you shift the line to the right because the play's to the right, and you notice that guys are starting to come in free, like right up the middle. What you could do is shift the line to the left, and then it'll open up a little bit more for you to run this thing to the right. And it's pretty simple. You just want to read it. If the slot corner comes down and he goes to the running back, you can throw it to AJ Brown. But you do want to be careful. Let's say guys are running 1-4-6 against this, and because a lot of times and they're like basing a line out of it, and they're pressing, that what'll happen is, right, Mike Wallace won't really be lined up on that corner. The corner will be kind of lined up to the inside, not on him. And you're going to see, because of 1-4-6, you're going to see the slot corner come down and blitz, and you're going to try to throw it to AJ Brown, but the receiver's not going to go and block the corner. That's really only if they're running 1-4-6 Tampa 2 that's going to happen, base aligning out of it. But besides that, you'll be able to throw it if the slot corner comes down. 2 more formations left here. It's like 1 more in gun, and the other one is in pistol. It's kind of like ace offset. In this wing flex play, once again, it's only 1 play we're running out of here, and it's going to be this play right here, RPO read X smoke. You've probably seen me run this play a lot. You've probably seen me run it a lot in my gameplay, score a lot of big touchdowns. This is the play I like to run to open up games. This is the first play I run every single game that I start. This is the play right here. Because what's going to happen is you could hand this ball off to the running back, or you could keep it with Mike Vick, or you could throw it to AJ Brown. It's kind of a triple option play. It's kind of like what the Eagles do in real life. I wish they had more plays like this in the game because they're realistic to football. So really against this play, you could just go to the line and snap it stock if they're playing zone coverage. But if they're playing man coverage, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take Mike Wallace out the frame. Actually, we have them in cover 4 quarters, so I don't know why I motioned him. Wait a minute, I thought we had him in cover 4. I don't know why he just motioned with him. That's weird. That's not how it's supposed to work. But in man coverage, you want to motion him out the way. And really how it works is you read the DN. You either keep it with Vic, you hand it off, or let's say you keep it with Vic, and he's got like a slot guy over there, and he comes down and plays you. A lot of times you'll be able to throw it to AJ. So you just kind of read it, boom, and you take off with Vic. There you go. It's a really big play. A lot of times this can give me opening drive touchdowns just off that play. It's very good. You just got to know how to kind of read it. That's really all it is. You just go to the line and you read it, you snap it, and you react. The last formation is going to be in pistol. It's going to be called pistol AU off. There's actually a couple plays you're going to add in here. Really, only time I audible those so is when we run out of it. So the first play we're going to add is you want to add in the stretch play. The stretch play is pretty good. Then you want to go down 1. You want to add the halfback zone weak side. It's got to be that play right there. Trust me, it's got to be that played. You want to keep the Z spot play because that corner route is actually is kind of like a deep corner route. So you want to go to the last play, and you want to add this read option play. This is another very good play. It doesn't matter what we come at it. We're having to come at cover 4. And basically, I said when I run this, I'm mostly running the ball out of it. So we're going to look at the stretch play. The stretch play, this play, you have to be very, very patient with this stretch play. You can't just hand it off and boom, I'm going to hit the hole. Now, sometimes it is like that. You want to do that. But for the most part with this stretch play, you want to be very just patient with it. You want to let these blocks develop. A lot of times guys are going to, and I don't know why, but in this run, guys usually hold up very well on their blocks. And you just kind of want to let everything develop on this run play. That's kind of how that works. be very patient with it. The next one, the halfback zone, it's pretty simple. It's a halfback zone. You're just handing it up the middle. It's hit or miss a lot of times. I feel like in this game, like, and let's say you run like single back, like halfback dives, and this is kind of similar to that. In this game, I feel like guys just get off, the D-line just get off blocks are really good in this game, but you'll have some games where it'll, you know, work, but for the most part, I'm running the stretch play, I'm running this read option play. This read option play is very good. It's kind of similar to the one we ran out of ace offset. You want to always make sure you kind of run this away from that slot corner, so you see that right side is like really jumboed up. You want to run this thing to this left side right here, and you just kind of want to, you know what I mean? Boom. Tuck that thing and go. And hey, Jordan Hicks just made a play there. He came to the D-line and he just made a magnificent play. But there's something we can do about that. We can shift the line. Right. This thing is going to the left. Shift this thing to the right. Just like that. Well, Reggie White played it there, but it's cool because remember, you always got that cutback lane. These read options always open up a hole right there. And you want to just hit the hole. And the other play, like I said, is Z spot. If I'm running this play, right, if I'm running this out of the pistol one, I'm running it because it's probably like a third and very long or something like that, and all you're going to want to do is just streak that receiver on the corner outside. If you want to have the additional blocking with this tight end, make sure you like block the edge guy, and you know, let's say you're trying to get a lot of time, I would run it just kind of like this and just, you know what I mean, because it's like I said, if I'm running this, it's probably a third and very long. Look at this game. Why does that do that in practice? I don't understand why, but that's kind of the only way I'd run that. There is one more play that you can run out that's not really, you know, with all the two tight ends, and it is gun empty, and it is QB draw. It actually works very well. Now, make sure if you run this, you want to always make sure you go to your coaching adjustments and put your ball carrier on conservative if you're going to run quarterback draw. Only for the QB draw, you got to do this, and it's pretty simple. You just come out in it. This is another play I like to run in the what's it called, the red zone. Come out in it, you just snap it, you find a hole, and you just make a play with your quarterback. It's pretty simple. So that is another play that I do like to run. Got to be on conservative though, or you're probably gonna fumble that ball. And that is pretty much it though. That is pretty much the basics of what I run. I mean, that's pretty much everything. I know a lot of you guys have been asking. You guys ask all the time on YouTube, and you guys have been asking over on Twitch. So I finally made the video. There you go. If you guys got any questions about anything that we do here, just go ahead and comment down below, or you could go over to my Twitch, link that down in the description. You can ask me over there with some live gameplay. But that is pretty much gonna do it though, boys. Like, comment, subscribe, man, and your boy is out.